Hi, my name is Amanda Brown on We Found in Music with Grant Owens, and this is my song From Here. Heaven sent, holding love, or a waste of time, holding back, falling in, selling truth for lies. Can't keep doing this anymore. Oh no, no. Promises make no sense when you're out of time, wide awake, fast asleep as we walk the line. Can't keep doing this anymore. Oh, where do we go from here? Been standing still for years. I just wanna wake up, don't know how to save us. I just wanna hold you, taste you, love you. Where do we go from here? Been standing still for years. I just wanna wake up, don't know how to save us. I just wanna hold you, taste you, love you. Separate ways, should we stay? Are we meant to be? 'Cause it gets quiet, but you and I, we've got history. Can't keep doing this anymore. Oh, I'm so stuck here again. Yeah, I'm such a mess. False alarms in my head. Is it over yet? Can't keep doing this anymore. Oh, where do we go from here? Been standing still for years. I just wanna wake up, don't know how to save us. I just wanna hold you, taste you, love you. Where do we go from here? Been standing still for years. I just wanna wake up, don't know how to save us. I just wanna hold you, taste you, love you. Hi, my name is Amanda Brown. I'm on We Found New Music with Grant Owens, and this is my song Dirty Liar. You're in denial every time you smile. You don't know what is real. Or is it difficult when you see me? You don't know what to feel. Dirty liar, set 'em on fire. Walk into a room just to steal and devour. Dirty liar, aren't you tired? Lost in the ash and you're not any wiser. Dirty liar, dirty liar, You don't have a lot to say for the weight of your crimes. Caught you gunning for my life, or looking me in the eyes. Dirty liar, set 'em on fire. Walk into a room just to steal and devour. Dirty liar, Tell me, did you know? Was it all for sure? Played it so well, I couldn't tell till the smoke cleared out. Tell me, did you know? Was it all for sure? Played it so well, I couldn't tell till the smoke cleared out. Tell me, did you know? Was it all for sure? Played it so well, I couldn't tell till the smoke cleared out. Tell me, did you know? Was it all for sure? Played it so well, I couldn't tell till the smoke cleared out. Dirty liar, set 'em on fire. Walk into a room just to steal and devour. Dirty liar, aren't you tired? Lost in the ash and you're not any wiser. Dirty liar, dirty liar, dirty liar, dirty liar.
Hey guys, Grant Owens here on We Found New Music. We are joined by Amanda Brown in the studio. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for finally coming by.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Your EP is titled From Here, and it's out now, and you'll be joining us at the We Found New Music concert series on July 27th in West Hollywood at Bar Lubitsch.
Yes, come to the show. Come see us.
And you're one of our favorite artists. You've already played our Spring Super Show, kind of a best of lineup, and you've played at Ziggy, and now we have you at Lubitsch, so we're excited for the live.
I'm down to play everywhere. Anytime you call me, I'm available. I'm down.
I can't tell you how much that means to me, because the most important thing about what we do is just having high quality artists on the stage to, gets people paying attention, and hopefully.
I think you've curated a really fun night, and it's a great opportunity to see new up and coming independent artists. I mean, I know the last show that we did at Hotel Ziggy, I loved everybody that was on stage, and I hadn't seen any of them play live before, so I just think it's a really great opportunity for people to check out new talent and new music.
And it's hand curated, people I'm genuinely impressed by, so I think that's what keeps things worth being for.
That's a perfect plug.
That's the whole point. So there you go, guys. We're done with the interview.
See us. We're done. Thank you. We'll see you at the show.
July 27th. All right. Enough about me. Let's focus on Amanda Brown. So let's talk about the EP. From Here, tell us a little bit about that EP.
So it's an EP that I released recently, and I wrote it when I was kind of like in transition from New York to LA, and also kind of transitioning out of a long-term relationship. So it's kind of like a breakup EP, but I also feel like it's a kind of a finding me again EP as well. Because, there were just a lot of big changes happening in my life at the time. And I'm really proud of it. It's my little baby, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, those are things you can reflect on the rest of your life. Those are big moments in your life, moving from the East Coast to the West Coast and dealing with a breakup. So, I mean, those are big topics you'll always remember. So you should be proud.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite song on the EP?
God, that's so hard, because I feel like that question is like asking your your parents who have multiple children, who's your favorite child? And you know that they have one, they just don't want to tell you.
Right, it's hard to get put on the spot.
It kind of depends on the day, it really depends on how I'm feeling that day. I feel like I perform all of those songs, and depending on my mood, like Amazing is kind of like, yes, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling happy, I'm like living my dream, and
motivating.
And so that song, it jumps to the top of the list. But then on other days when like I'm annoyed with people and people do like dumb things that like anger me,
for sure,
then Dirty Liar is my favorite song. So I love them all for different reasons and in different moments of time, depending on like my mood. Is that a good politically correct?
100%, but that's the best thing about songwriting is you can really put your emotions or what you're going through into a song.
Yeah.
And you can kind of choose which one you want to play based on your mood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Depending on how I'm feeling. I mean, and I feel like that's what everyone does with music, you know? Like, depending on how you're feeling, you're like, okay, I'm listening to this playlist today, or I'm listening to this song today. So that's how I feel about my own music, too.
That's awesome. So I think it's important to kind of like get an idea of how you got into music. How long have you been performing? What got you involved into music?
I have been singing for a really long time. I started singing in church.
Okay.
You know, my mom was like a part of the music ministry. Well, actually, both of my parents were a part of the music ministry in church. My dad was an elder. So for those of you who know, I was an EK, an elder's kid.
Okay.
And my grandfather, my dad's dad, was a pastor, and so there was just kind of a lot of that, you know, within
Music in the family.
on both sides of the family. So I sang a lot in church, and then I think it wasn't until I auditioned for LaGuardia High School. It's the Fame School in New York.
Okay.
So I got into that school, and it wasn't until I started attending that school where I really got exposed to different types of music. Because up until then, like, it was pretty much the majority gospel and contemporary Christian music in my home. So around that time, that's when I started like listening to classical music and to jazz, and I would hear my friends talking about like the latest like pop, R&B, hip hop songs on the radio.
Was there a particular artist that really inspired you to kind of take that next step and go into the pop world or multi-genre world?
God, I don't know if there was like one artist in particular. I would say that when I heard Mariah Carey for the first time, I was obsessed.
Floored.
I was obsessed. I remember my mom actually, she hid it. She had it hidden in her one of her drawers in her dresser in her bedroom, and it was Mariah Carey's debut album on cassette tape. Now I'm aging myself.
That'll do it.
It was on cassette tape, and she had it hidden in her dresser drawer because like we didn't really listen to that kind of music. And I remember taking it out and playing it and like jumping up and down on her bed.
Yeah.
And like, you know, just singing, trying to do all of the whistle tone stuff. And I feel like early Mariah Carey had a massive influence on me as a singer. In terms of my artistry, I feel like later on I was more so influenced by artists like Sheryl Crow and Joni Mitchell and Aretha Franklin and Prince and Radiohead, Tina Turner.
Now, Sheryl Crow kind of started as a backup singer for Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And you've been doing some amazing live work with Adele.
Yes, we're in Vegas. We're in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
So we're doing
residency over there.
Weekends with Adele. Come and see us.
So I've actually
come see the show.
I've thought of Sheryl Crow in a similar experience to what you're doing. You know, we're singing backup for Adele.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see where you are in a few years.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's a great experience, I'm sure.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that I've been very, very fortunate to be able to work with some of the greatest artists of our generation.
Okay.
And I absolutely think that Adele is one of those artists. And I learned so much. I learned so much by just being on stage and seeing how they interact with audiences and learning their music and just kind of gaining a better understanding of like song form and I just learned a lot from working with all of these different artists. And I also think that it helps to fund my own stuff.
Right, that really
so
helps.
I don't have to work a 9 to 5, which I think I'm really, really lucky in that regard, you know, because a lot of people are, you know, writing music and want to perform their own music, and then they've got to like work 9 to 5s during the day in order to pay for their own stuff. So I feel really fortunate to be able to make music in order to make music, if that makes sense.
So you would recommend that experience of being a backup singer for a larger artist?
I mean, I think if that's something that someone
if it was
enjoys,
an opportunity,
you know, I happen to really enjoy. I just love singing. I love singing. And I get bored, so I love learning, you know, different types of music. I love being able to sing different genres and sing with different artists.
Well, you got to use the gift that you have. You've been singing since you were a child, and to be able to even get selected to be a backup singer for somebody like Adele is a huge opportunity.
I feel very fortunate, for sure. I think I'm one of the lucky ones. Yeah.
How does an artist go about that, going into the process of trying to become a backup singer for somebody? Or is there just no real process? It's just by chance.
It's a combination of guts and luck. Because my very, very first gig, I was singing as a part of a wedding band, and I knew that one of the guys that played saxophone on the gig had worked with Alicia Keys. And on the gig one day, I was like, well, if she's ever looking for a background singer,
right, exactly.
let me know.
Just
and
putting yourself forward.
She's holding auditions tomorrow. And so I went in, and the line there were like 500 people in line.
Sure.
This was in New York at the time. And I went in and I called him and I was like, I'm not going to be seen. And he was like, 1 second. And he made a phone call, and someone came down and brought me up and brought me to like the room, and I was able to audition, and I got a couple callbacks, and then I got it. So it was like a combination of like me going for it and just like asking whether or not I thought the answer would be yes or no. I just asked. And then also being prepared for things like an audition and being able to pick up harmonies quickly and just be chill.
You were ready.
And I was ready.
You were ready for it. You've been preparing your whole life for that. Okay, well, let's move back to just your music now, because, enough about Adele. Let's talk about Amanda Brown here. I'll talk about your creative process, working on your music and getting your music together.
Yeah, so for this particular project, I got together with a few different songwriters, and the headspace that I was in was just kind of the headspace of like, I think my relationship might be over, and also I'm tired of living in New York. I want to change. I want something different. So a lot of the songs that just happened to spill out of me happened to be, about these emotions that I was sort of like feeling and pondering.
Anybody can relate to this. But it doesn't
always happen that way. Like sometimes it's like a title that comes to me, or sometimes it's a melody that comes to me first, or sometimes like I really have to sit and ask myself, all right, like what do I want to talk about? It doesn't always just kind of like flow out of me.
Of course not.
But for this particular project, I think I was so ready to kind of like talk about all of these things that have been bubbling up in me for so long that they just sort of spilled out in these writing sessions. So, yeah.
So you have music out, but we're itching for new music. When is the new stuff coming out, Amanda?
I'm working on new music. I'm working on a ton of new music. I don't know if this next project is going to be an album or if it's going to be an EP, but I've been writing a bunch of new stuff, and I'm excited about it, and I'm excited about how it sounds, and it's a departure, I think, from a lot of the music that I've written before, in that this is not just about intimate relationships with like a guy.
Okay.
So I'm
You're
talking about, because I feel like I've just written about so much of these dudes. I'm like, I need to talk about something else.
Of course you do.
So
gotta grow.
So I'm talking a little bit more about life, and talking about like family, and talking about talking about things outside of just personal, intimate partnerships with dudes.
So we're excited for the new music at We Found Your Music. We're here in your corner. Any upcoming performances we can talk about?
Yes, I'm going to be performing for We Found Your Music.
Which I hinted at the beginning.
On July
No way.
27th.
You heard it here first, folks.
Come and see us.
July 27th, Amanda Brown, Bar Lubitsch. And finally, where can people find your music? What's the best place to stay in touch with you?
You can find my music on all of the streaming
everywhere.
Spotify, on Apple, on Tidal, all of those, YouTube. And then you can find me on social media. It's Amanda Leah Brown. My name is Amanda Brown, so if you type that in, sometimes it just pops up. But Amanda Leah Brown, I'm on all the socials. You can see me acting kooky and crazy on TikTok.
We're all a little kooky and crazy. It's
TikTok
relatable.
brings out that part of you. I think I feel like TikTok with like all of the crazy filters, it just makes me act like a bit extra silly.
You got to just be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amanda Brown, we are so thrilled you could come through. We'll see you July 27th, Bar Lubitsch. Amanda Brown, thank you for joining me
Thank you for
today
having me
on We Found New Music. We'll see you guys next time.